Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. In this video we're going to be going over our favorite part of each Star Wars movie. There's a lot of negativity going around in the fandom, so we wanted a positive video to show that there is at least some good to be found in each Star Wars film. We're going to be going in chronological order, starting with episode 1 and ending with episode 9. Comment down below your thoughts on our list. Hope you enjoy, let's get right into it.
First we have the Phantom Menace. Our favorite thing from this movie is the world building with the beginning of the prequel trilogy. We are introduced to new characters such as Qui-Gon and Padme, plus we get to see young Anakin and Obi-Wan for the first time. The new planets we see add more to the lore as well, with Naboo and Coruscant. On Tatooine, we see a side of it we haven't seen before. The movie may not have been executed or made very well, but looking back, it still provides some iconic moments in the Star Wars saga.
Next up is Attack of the Clones. In our view, this movie was a brilliantly made story that just had trouble flowing compared to some of the other films. We love the story with Anakin and Padme and think it was realistic. People say that the lines were cheesy, which admittedly they were, but we think it makes sense for Anakin to be awkward and clumsy around Padme after not being involved in many social scenarios at the temple. We also get to see the creation of the clone army, an army that would shape the future of the universe. The third act of this film is especially cool, as we get to see countless Jedi fighting together against the Separatists in an epic battle. Yes, the movie has trouble with pacing and flow, but the story was pivotal to the Star Wars universe.
Next is Revenge of the Sith. Widely considered the best prequel, this movie is action-packed and the fighting is done very well. It opens with the battle over Coruscant, and we see Anakin and Obi-Wan duel Count Dooku. We later see Obi-Wan versus General Grievous, followed by Order 66. There is no other scene in Star Wars like this, and it is an emotional scene. The movie is topped off with Anakin vs. Obi-Wan after Anakin's long-awaited fall to the dark side. In our opinion, this fight is the best duel in Star Wars, and it is the most intense, fast-paced sequence in the movies. Overall, a very entertaining film to watch with many amazing action sequences.
Now we have Solo: A Star Wars Story. We think the best part of this movie is what it adds to the original trilogy. We get to see the backstory of three main characters, Han, Chewie, and Lando, which was done very well. It's great to see Han and Lando's connection in episodes 5 and 6 after seeing where they started all those years ago. We also get to actually see Han's historic Kessel Run, which has not only showed his expertise in flying, but also gave us even more of a connection to the Millennium Falcon. Overall, Solo is a great addition to the originals and Star Wars as a whole.
Next is Rogue One. We believe the best thing about this movie is what they are able to accomplish with the characters in such a short period of time. This is the first time we are introduced to these characters, and by the end of the movie, it feels like we've had numerous movies of development. Each main member of Rogue One plays a unique role in successfully completing their mission with the sacrifices they make. The movie also ties into A New Hope perfectly and shows the events just before the originals take place. Overall, Rogue One was a pleasant surprise and had a great addition to the Star Wars universe.
Next up, we have A New Hope. This movie is the start to it all and begin the rise of science fiction in Hollywood. The best part of this movie to us is how well it set up both the originals and the prequels. It was a brilliant beginning to the trilogy, and it was written to where it could be a standalone or the first of many. George Lucas knew he wanted to make both 5 and 6, and eventually the prequels, but he did not know how popular Star Wars was going to be. We think it was genius how there was so much story left to write before and after the movies, and A New Hope was a perfect introduction to the universe.
Coming up next, we have Empire Strikes Back. In our opinion, the best thing about this movie is how well made it is. This is the best made Star Wars movie and is one of the best films of all time. Each aspect of the movie is done well with the characters, the action, plot twist, and the advancement of the story. Han and Leia's romance has progressed a lot, and Luke begins to take bigger steps toward becoming a Jedi. One of the most iconic scenes and plot twists of all time is shown with Vader revealing he is Luke's father. All in all, this movie basically has no flaws and is executed perfectly.
Moving forward, we have Return of the Jedi. Our favorite part of this film is how good of a conclusion it was to the original trilogy. I love a good ending to any movie, especially when it comes with substantial payoff for the viewer. Seeing Anakin's redemption and sacrifice to save Luke is both emotional and powerful, and conveys one of the key themes to Star Wars. I also love how each of the trio's arcs were ended. Luke became a wise and powerful Jedi, Leia finished her lifelong fight against the Empire, and Han fought for what he believed was right. Overall, Episode 6 leaves me feeling content and at peace after each viewing.
Next is The Force Awakens. Our favorite aspect from this movie is the fan service and connection to the originals. This is the first continuation to the end of Episode 6 in about 30 years. We get to see Han and Leia's relationship evolve as they struggle to cope with their son falling to the dark side. Seeing Kylo Ren referencing Darth Vader and seeing Anakin's lightsaber once again is also very nostalgic. Overall, this movie was a good introduction to the sequel trilogy, and it had a great Star Wars vibe.
Next up we have The Last Jedi. Our favorite part of this movie has to be the visuals. From the destroying of the Dreadnought, to the scenes on Ahch-To, to everything on Crate, the visuals of this movie were outstanding. Rian Johnson did well to create a very realistic mood with the angles, lighting, and scenery, and each scene is incredibly aesthetically pleasing. There's much controversy about this installment, but no one will argue that it was visually amazing.
Lastly, we have The Rise of Skywalker. Our favorite thing from this film is that there's never a dull moment. To add to this, the pacing is extremely intense and exciting. It jumps right into the action with Poe leading an attack with Resistance bombers, and the action doesn't stop there. One of the most exciting parts was the climax with Rey facing Palpatine while the Jedi of the past spoke to Rey. Overall, this movie keeps the audience on their feet, and it was a fun conclusion to the saga. Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know your favorite thing about each movie in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe for more Star Wars content, and may the Force be with you.